Welcome to the Real Estate Pros Show, where we interview real estate investing professionals from coast to coast, as well as the service providers that serve the real estate investing industry. Our goal is simple: share what's working now to help you improve and scale your business to the next level and meet the pros that can help you get there. Real Estate Pros is powered by Investor Fuel, America's leader in helping real estate investors and professionals build the business you need to live the life you've always dreamed of. Let's start today's show. Property insurance for real estate investors doesn't have to be difficult, but it does need to be there to protect you when you need it. MyInvestorInsurance.com not only provides insurance at 15 to 30% cheaper than traditional agencies, it's built specifically for real estate investors like you. You can set up an account in about 2 minutes, get quotes on properties, turn on and turn off insurance for your fix and flip or rental properties in around 2 minutes without having to talk to anyone directly, all through our portal. There's no better way or faster way to make sure you've got the coverage you need to protect you, and no more lengthy policies either. Once you're set up, you're billed monthly and prorated by the day for however long your policy is active. It's powered by MSI, the third largest independent MGA, with 1.5 million customers and more than $1 billion in cumulative premiums written. Get set up today in about 2 minutes at myinvestorinsurance.com/fuel.
Hey folks, welcome back to the show. I'm your host, Dylan Silver, and today on the show I have Josh Lichtenstein. Josh is the CEO of Rapport LLC and offers services for people with developmental and intellectual mental illness, behavioral health, dual diagnosis. And Josh, welcome to the show.
Thank you. I'm happy to be here.
Absolutely. Before we dive into your journey here, I've seen lots of sun over there. I'm in beautiful Texas. Where are you based out of?
I'm in South Florida, in West Palm Beach.
Man, I tell people this all the time. South Florida, specifically Fort Lauderdale, is probably my favorite area of the country.
Oh yeah, I love Fort Lauderdale.
Who knows, I may be moving there soon. How long have you been in South Florida?
Since 1993.
93. Are you from Florida originally?
No, I was born and raised in Brooklyn, in New York. I was born in Long Island and in Wantor, and I was raised in Brooklyn.
Okay. I'm actually from New Jersey, and so
going up there
if you know the Caldwells. Yeah, if you know the Caldwells, I'm from Essex County, which is near Hoboken, Newark area. And so I just have so much love and I would love to move to South Florida, that Fort Lauderdale area. Let's pivot a bit.
I'll be up in your neighborhood in about 2 weeks.
Oh yeah, I'm in Texas now. I tell people, Josh, I miss the Italian food more than anything.
Yeah.
Here in Texas, we'll have lines outside of Olive Garden.
Really?
But yeah, we'll have lines outside of Olive Garden. But let's talk about how you got involved in what you're doing right now and your plans for your business. Talk to us a little bit about that.
Okay. Well, when I went to college and I went for psychology, and I graduated with a psychology degree in a bachelor's degree in psychology, and I became a teacher in the New York City school system, and I taught for 10 years in New York. And then the last snowstorm did me in, and I left New York. I couldn't take the snow anymore, so I moved down to Florida. And I did not go back into education down here because it was different from New York, so I was really interested in that. So I ran group homes for people with disabilities and behavioral issues and behavioral disorders and Down syndrome and mental illness, and I did that for about 7 to 8 years. And and that time also I was raising a family as a single father at the same time. So I did that and became a single parent. So then I left the group home and I went back. I started doing social work, and I've been doing social work since 2005. And
Stop living on an island and join the #1 mastermind in America for professional real estate investors. Investor Fuel is a community of hundreds of the nation's top investors working together to build stronger businesses and better lives. In addition to the amazing community of real estate investors acting as a board of advisors for one another, Investor Fuel members have access to 100% funding on purchase and repairs for our members only, a health insurance program, and benefits and discounts that more than pays for the membership of most of our members, meaning it's actually costing you money to not be a member of Investor Fuel. If you're looking to scale your business and build a business that allows you to live the life of your dreams, please visit investorfuel.com today and book a call with our team.
Going to people's houses, making sure that they're, because some of them are independent, semi-independent, they get support living by myself. They go to a day program, they earn money. Every 2 weeks they get a paycheck. It teaches them skills to eventually get a part-time job in the community and be more involved with the community and to learn how to pay bills and go food shopping and I would teach him money management of going to a grocery store and say, okay, well this is $5 and this item is $3. Which would you should have bought if it's cheaper? So they would decide to pick the $3 item. Also, I assist my clients with getting community-based services like food stamps, Social Security disability, and Medicaid, and I do community activities with them. I take them to shows. I take them to street fairs and fairs down in Florida. We go swimming on the weekend sometimes. It depends on the weather. I make sure that they're safe all the time. And we discussed about abuse, that if they know what abuse is about, and about neglect um, and all other disabilities, all the abuses that go out in the world right now of neglect and physical abuse and mental abuse and exploitation, because that's a big thing in the community I work with, that they are exploited because people think that okay, they have disabilities, that they don't know what they really want to do, or they can do this, that, and the other thing, but that's exploitation towards them. But we don't want that, so we teach them about exploitation. So I've been doing that for the last
Sure.
20 years, and then I decided one day, I said, I should do this myself and make my own money instead of paying someone else's salary. So I opened a LLC down here in Florida, and it's called Rapport Inc. I'm sorry, Rapport LLC. It's located here in South Florida and Central Florida, up in the Daytona Beach area, up in all that area like Palm Coast, Daytona Beach, Ormond Beach, all of up that area also. So we will do in Tri-County. So we'll be in Palm Beach County and Volusia County, serving adults, children with disabilities. Yeah.
And so is this something that you're already operating on some level, or is it set to open here soon?
I am doing it a little bit on the side for myself, but it is opening by the summer, by June or July.
Fantastic. So I'm imagining you've got the location
the location
set up and
yeah, the location will be everywhere, all through Palm Beach County, Broward County, Fort Lauderdale, all the way from St. Lucie County to Broward County. And there's no set area. I will be out. My office will continue to be in Palm Beach County, and but I will travel from Broward to St. Lucie, and I will be also doing interacting with Volusia County also during the week also.
okay. So let's talk a little bit about the shift from being a employee to now business owner, and how that went for you. In my background, I went from working in the auto industry to then working as a wholesaler, and to now being a real estate agent. So it's very much dependent all on what I'm able to do. I have uh, as a new agent, you have your yourself and your broker, and that's pretty much it.
Yeah,
So I'm curious to get what your perspective has been on going from working for others to now working for yourself.
it gives me more freedom to be more with my family and my son,
Hmm.
and it gives me more freedom to be more out there in the world with my family, and being who I am and not and the people who know me in the counties I'll be working in, I am very they are always ask me all these years, oh, why don't you do it yourself? Why don't you do it yourself? And I always said, oh, no, no. So one day I woke up, I had a mind blowing experience, which was, oh, maybe you should do it yourself. And I decided on my own to do it, open an LLC for myself, and here I am.
If you're looking for consistent, high quality leads, look no further than Investor Machine. Investor Machine isn't just another agency, it's the most sophisticated, data driven lead generation company on the planet for real estate investors, and serves the role of being not just a lead generator for your business, but a marketing partner that is helping you achieve your goals along the way. Go to investormachine.com to learn more and schedule a call with our team today.
And so when you were deciding to do that, I'm assuming just like any of us, there were some obstacles that you had to overcome along the way.
Yes.
You mentioned that you have an office that you're going to be driving out to folks all throughout that area over there.
Hmm.
What were some of the obstacles and challenges that you had to overcome?
Um, licensing in the state of where I live in Florida, and just getting more of my name out as a business owner myself now, to say, oh,
Yeah.
instead of me working for this company, I will have my own uh, um, LLC, and if you and here's my flyer, and here's my brochure, and here's my business card, and to get my name out there more, that's why I requested to be on your podcast to say, I own now an LLC for the same population I've been working for over 30, 45 years, and now they hopefully will be that some of them that I've been talking to is very happy that I'm on my own now, and they would come on and they will be jumping on board soon with me as a client.
This is a real estate podcast, so I do want to touch on some real estate topics here. Being in that South Florida, Fort Lauderdale, area, Miami area, some of the most beautiful, also some of the most uh, costly real estate in the country.
Hmm.
I'm curious to get your perspective, Josh, on behavioral health, mental health services. In many cases, people are now doing this type of thing virtually, remotely, but you also have, of course, still brick and mortar. You have places that people can go into that may have multiple people under one roof, and then you also may have an individual in an office, or in a shared office of some space. For clinicians that are down there in the Fort Lauderdale area, I'm imagining that and that area in general, I'm imagining that there's a fair mix of everything. What's your perspective on all the different ways that people have access to these types of well-being services?
Um, that it's it yes, we are in 2025, but we still have barriers towards people with disabilities, and to say, oh, we don't want to deal with that population in my office or my doctor's office. So there's a lot of, and like if you need my clients need a dentist, there's only one dentist in the whole state of Palm Beach County, actually in Martin County, up in Stewart, Florida, and we have to drive up there, and there should be more um, doctors and dentist offices that should accept our population and offer their services medically, mental health, and because there's not a lot of mental health facilities and doctor offices and dentist and other clinician offices that accept our
Yeah.
population. And for us
Sure.
to get our word out, we bring our clients to them and say that they have the right, just like myself or you, to have medical attention, and by that is under the uh, uh, American Disabilities Act, they do have to follow that, which is to protect my population. I work with people with disabilities to get the care that they need.
Okay, so pivoting a bit here, Josh, I would like to talk about what your perspective is on the most effective means of care and also the best way for people to help the most amount of people. So if I'm, let's say, in that space and I do want to help people, whether it's from a mental health issue or substance or anything along these
Uh,
lines, right?
uh,
I'm imagining that the nature of having an office makes it so that your time is effectively limited to the people that can physically get to you.
right.
But also you have the costs of the office itself, right? So that's an overhead expense.
If you're a new or newer real estate investor looking to launch or grow your real estate investing business, please check out Investor Fuel Club. It's a coaching community, but unlike anything you've ever seen before. And you can actually partner with members of our mastermind from coast to coast on deals right in your market. There's no better opportunity to build a consistent business than to literally partner with pros to help you avoid costly mistakes, avoid the need for capital to do deals, and help you eliminate your fears as you're starting your business. Learn more about Investor Fuel Club at investorfuel.com/club.
I was saying, as an investor and also as a business owner, I'm thinking about what's the way that people can help the most people while also having an efficiently running business. So are you more favorable towards the clinicians working out of their own office space? What do you think about the virtual healthcare as well? What's your perspective on the different ways that people can get behavioral health services?
Um, for behavioral health and mental health, it's more important to be face to face with that person, and
Okay,
face to face with the clinician, and and having a brick and mortar than just to be, me going to the house just in case if they can't get there. But
sure.
it is more important to be face to face at a clinician's office than but we did learn how to be virtual during COVID. So
Yeah,
a lot of my clients were having a hard time with that, and that's how during COVID they had a lot of they gained a lot of more issues with being isolated by themselves, can't
yeah.
go out in the community. So in my world, it's more important to be in face to face with a clinician or a caretaker like myself or a social worker like myself than just to be uh, left alone and being on virtual. So it's more important for my people to go and face the person, being involved with them face to face.
So when I think of that area, I think of just how incredible that area is, the physical beauty of that area. You also have tremendous real estate in that area, businesses. You have so many young people who are very passionate about what they do and entrepreneurial.
Uh,
And I'm curious, when we think about behavioral health services, I've seen, of course, some of the applications that have come out, and now in talking with you, I'm able to get a better perspective. But the kind of telehealth, teledoc type of things where you're able to have a virtual appointment. But I also think that there's a lot of possible innovation in this space even still? And there's still, some degree of stigma in this space as well. And so I'm curious, as a clinician yourself and as a business owner yourself, where do you see the innovation that's happening maybe in the next 6 months to a year and a half, in the industry?
We came a long way since COVID. That that it, with being virtual after COVID, and it's still that they still need the interaction face to face, but they are my population, as I said, that they're accepting more than just going to the doctor's office and being virtual with a staff person there to support them.
Yeah.
And there should be more doctors' offices and more facilities like my own out there to help our people to succeed in life and have less mental health issues out here.
Yeah, I've seen what I would describe, and I'm sure you can have a much higher level perspective than this, but this is just my ignorance, but also my life experience, that we tend to deal a lot with issues when we're isolated. And so just having that community, that connection for many people can help tremendously, right? And
Yeah.
so the value of, an in-person behavioral health visit is able to alleviate some of that strain of doing things so isolated and so alone. At the same point in time, I do realize that the cost of these offices, specifically where you're at in South Florida, so expensive, and then
Right.
to have to work around people's schedules and rescheduling, it can be very, very, very tricky. And
Uh,
so, and I'm just spitballing here, but I'm thinking if there was a way where someone could kind of combine both, the best of those both worlds, where there would be a virtual component, but also maybe some type of in-person component, whether it was with the clinician themselves or if it was some type of community atmosphere where it would benefit everybody without having to tie up so much time from the clinician. I'm just
right.
thinking as a non-medical person, what are some ways where this industry is really ripe for innovation? And I think there's so many. I also think, of course, still battling stigma in many ways, but I think for the younger generation, we're beginning to see more and more acceptance and more
Yeah.
of an open mind when it comes to, hey, we have to really, be in charge of our well-being.
Uh, yeah. There's we we are always people in my field in our community are always looking for people who want to invest on us, who want to open a house or an office building that says, oh, you have an LLC like myself, and offer different ex, different services besides mine. Maybe learning a skill or teaching them money management or teaching them how to uh, go about driving. Some of my clients are dying to go to learn how to drive, which will never happen. um, unless they and they want to learn how to get married. But there should be more people like investors and real estate agents or real estate people that they should open their businesses to say, okay, here's a house. Why don't we just open it up to your people, your community, and say, why don't we open up like a day program? And because there's very limited day programs down here, actually all over the world, that either they're closed down due to abuse or due to what they're supposed to be doing every month of reporting and doing paperwork and all that. So there's a need for other facilities like my own day programs to teach them how to succeed in life in any aspect of life, like working, being more inclusive in the community, being accepted in our community. So that's what, a lot of my businesses like myself are looking for investors to say, hey, how can we help you as a LLC, a nonprofit, an incorporation that works with people with disabilities, intellectual disabilities, and all aspects of life that I work with. And we don't find them. They either want to do it as an investment to rent it out, and that's why our rents down here are astronomical down here
Sure.
in Florida. And since COVID, people from the north came down here and bought all the properties and building up more office buildings to open whatever. And there should be more investors to say, oh, why don't we give back to our people that need help, not just to make money out and put it on our pocket.
Yeah, I couldn't agree any more with you. It's tough because, we have our markets, so someone has to own the building, someone's got to operate it, but we also need these services. And so it's
Right.
finding that way to have it be an effective business while also providing great service to people. And
Yeah.
as an outsider, I think one of the best ways to do it is to have owner operators, to have individual clinicians who maybe come together, but also could do it individually, and be business owners and investors. And I encourage that not just in the medical, but in every field. I say for folks who have a W-2 job and are also looking at other realms, that
Uh-huh.
they should very enthusiastically and passionately um, pursue that entrepreneurial drive, because it's not, you're not going to replace your income overnight. You're not you're
No.
if you're in a regular, I shouldn't say regular, but if you're in a W-2 job and you want to become a real estate investor, you got to start with that first deal.
Right.
So
You have to look in your backyard and see who needs help, then
exactly.
want to become rich. Help.
Josh, we
I'm
are
sorry.
coming up on time here. No, it's okay. We are coming up on time here. Where can folks go to get a hold of you, Josh?
They can email me at LICHTENSTEINJ597 or they can call me directly at 718-600-2398. I'm
All
also
right,
on.
Josh.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for hopping on the show here. I appreciate
Well, thank
you
you for
giving me
having
some
me. I,
great
I, I
value.
really appreciate it.
Absolutely.
Thanks for joining us for today's Real Estate Pros Show. You can learn more about the amazing benefits of the Investor Fuel Mastermind community, including surrounding yourself with hundreds of other rock stars, 100% financing for your deals, and members-only discounts from vendors you're likely already using that, as a member of Investor Fuel, will save you more than the cost of your membership. Visit investorfuel.com to learn more. If you're interested in joining us as a guest of this show, please visit investorfuel.com/pros to apply. You can also check the show notes for access to free resources, how to get access to world-class lead generation, and much more. Don't forget to subscribe so you never miss another episode. Have a great day. We'll see you on the next show.